Hello and welcome back to Chrono Trigger. Now you might be wondering, how on earth did I get here and what the heck is with that sinkhole? Well, simply put, I lost about, or at least I got rid of about 15 minutes of video in my attempt of trying to clear this area, which is more for endgame content. We're not actually ready for that quite yet. We can do it. It's just a bad idea. And so I attempted it in a previous attempt at this recording, but alas, the boss is way too fast, and I am not a high enough level to be able to deal with it, but we will eventually come back and have our vengeance against that. Anyway, we are going through. I believe there were a few things that I needed to do. Yes, so, in my previous attempt as well, I went in here, and we bought that jerky from 1000 AD that the guy was offering for like 9,900 gold, and we could technically come back here, and we could have sold it for 10,000, which would have netted 100 gold profit from it, but I actually decided to give it to the lady, and so, yeah, because we're stalwart heroes of the land, and also we've got a ton of money. We don't actually have to worry about it at all. We got 28,000. Yeah, no worries. It's like a third of our money, but apparently we don't eat, so it is what it is. But I don't believe there were any special chests. We could technically also go through the magic cave and go to Ozzy. We could go back to Magus's castle, which has been changed. I don't believe there were any magic or black boxes in Denadoro Mountains. So I think we are ready, actually, to go back and head off into the future. So, what I will do, I'll actually switch that out. We switched to Marl and Frog for sort of storyline reasons. Marl has the pendant, whereas Frog had... we were in 600 AD, and we actually spoke with Guardia Castle and the various people there. It's like, oh, you did such a good job, you're so awesome, etc., etc. Yep. There we go. And dual attack, ice tackle. Good. Getting single attacks and dual attacks all over the place. So, one thing of note, I think I showed you a little bit before that the black rock that invokes the triple tech Dark Eternal, Chrono can't equip it, but Marl can. So she's one of the people who can do Dark Eternal. Which, I don't know. Some people might disagree, but I actually think it looks really awesome. Okay. So, time to go to Protodome. There. So there are actually a few doors that we can open in the future. If you remember, there were actually two other places other than the Keeper's Dome in which we could go and unlock those doorways, but we'll have to do a little bit of backtracking. Should be no problem whatsoever. Actually, I think there are 3. There are 3 doors. I remember now. So we can do the race, but we actually have not gone through this area yet for it. Which, I mean, it's almost trivialized now. It used to be kind of a struggle. Now it's like, oh, yeah, no, that one's gone. 7 damage. Rather than, I think, like the 20 that they did before. The reason I did that was just in case he crit, or he would crit and kill it. So, we do that. Out. So the interesting question to be asked, why is Marl's pendant? Why does it look exactly like Shala's pendant? It's a question to be asked. Use laser spin. Since it technically counts as quote-unquote magic, Robo cannot actually use magic, but his lasers count as shadow. I think I said that before, but... Got the race log. So, the race log is useful for the Johnny race. The man. It's basically part of that minigame. I was sort of hoping that he would crit. So the mutants don't... They have like a little over 200 health. I think it's like 220... something like that. Just enough that we can't one-shot them, but... I mean, not enough to really be concerned about. Alright. Lightning 2. We're just gonna finish this. Or not. Although they will... every single one of them will be taken out in one hit now. Yeah, that's the only reason to do the race, is because you actually have to fight every single fight in that, and it's yeah. Hey, looks like you have a neat gadget there. Ask RXXR how to use it. Greetings, lifeforms. I am RXXR, the log keeper. I'll record your 3 fastest times. There are 2 ways to race, Johnny. Which do you prefer? Say with the boost. I can change that whenever winning does that to Johnny's hair. But we won. Regardless. Alright. So the first thing I want to do is actually go over here. If you guys remember, the very first map that we could do, if I remember, yeah, these fights really are, like, not really that major at all. This is the one issue for backtracking, is there are some fights that you just cannot avoid. I sort of wish that there were some that were avoidable. Alright, we're gonna use Robo's laser spin. His disco fever. Take care of that rot quick. Okay. Can we go now? Yes? Maybe? Yes! Okay. Halfway done with this. Now, I have... dang. Another laser spin. I've managed to bypass that fight. I'm trying to remember exactly what path I went to do that, but... either that or I just, like, accidentally glitched through it one time. But I have bypassed that. It's more trouble than it's worth, but... there we go. Totally dodged this fight. Just do this to make sure that we don't get any of our items stolen from us. Whoop. There we go. Darn it. Dun, 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 dun. The weird plant and its tentacle monsters. Strange that that still does damage to Robo. It's like, what is it trying to... whatever. Oh well. The point is that it's done. Yeah, see, it steals a tonic and then runs off. Yes! So, that one's actually not that terrible to dodge. Alright, so, the first one we'll go to is actually Bangor Dome. The other reason why I wanted to go here was for a very simple reason. This is the reason. Because guess what this does? Ping. It unlocks this. You noticed that there was a wall there that we couldn't traverse? Ugh. Something caught in my throat. Sorry. But the important thing to get there is that little black box. Power ring. Apologies for that. Power plus 6. Alright. It'll pass here in just a second, but oh man. I can definitely feel the effects of something on my throat. That wrecked me. I have no idea what that was. Alright. Now let us shift back over here. back to Bangor. Because if you notice, there was something else that we were able to get while we were there. And that is this. Pendant begins to glow. And then it always does that music. A charm top, a full ether, and a wallet. No. The wallet, I believe, is an accessory that turns experience into gold. So that's useful whenever you have New Game Plus and everyone's level 99 and you can't level up anymore. So it basically just greatly increases how much money you get. Now, the only confusing thing with that is that, well, once you're that level, you pretty much have everything, don't you? Alright, so... what is the charm top? What is the charm top, actually? Let me check that. There it is. Charm power-up. So any monster with... or any any character with the charm ability, which I believe is Ayla. Like, specifically Ayla. So I'm not sure what exactly... I will actually do some research on that, because that might actually be really, really helpful. I'm going to switch out Marl with Ayla. Because Charm, if I remember correctly, is sort of like Pickpocket in some other games, where you get an item. 250 steal from enemy, yeah. So you get an item, and Charm power-up basically means that you will get a stronger item for your trouble, basically. So, yeah, that'd be really cool. That'd be really good. So, I'm gonna... did these guys say anything? Got any cash? Got nothing for you, fool? Yeah, I do have cash. I just don't want anything that you have. So there are people in Aristome, too. What's this? A plant? What's that? You light up my life. No, really. Never seen anything like this. Finally got through the ruins. I brought the sapling that sprang from the seed. Amazing what you can do when you think you're going to expire. This edible? It will be. Pendant begins to glow. Such beautiful music. Oh, I think that's a tab. Magic tab. Hooray. Got a gold stud. Heck yes. Heck yes. So, gold stud. I have a silver stud presently, as you notice, and that cuts my MP usage in half. A gold stud cuts MP usage by 75%. It is insane. It's so good. So, what I'm actually going to do with this is... Luca needs to be fast. But Marl, I can put the silver stud on. Which means all of her Healy spells and her ice will be good. I need to get them to be faster, though. I really need Marl and Luca to be faster. So, the reason this group is viable is because Ayla has low-end healing, and Robo has heal beam. And I can actually do a dual tech with that. So it is entirely doable. Now, I was able to handily dodge this. Aha! Yes. Oh, there we go. There we go. Narrowly dodged that. Okay, so all the way down. Over. Ah. Ah. I barely hit the threshold. Nevertheless, I get to show Goldstud at work. So now, Lightning 2 requires 2 MP. It requires what was normally the MP cost for Lightning 1. Now, the only unfortunate thing is that... I'm not going to talk over that. The only unfortunate thing is that everything has to cost at least 1. So Lightning 1 doesn't become 0 MP. Dual Tech. I believe Chrono, Robo, and Ayla have a triple tech, but I think I remember. I think I remember how I bypassed it. Yeah. And then it is... There we go. And then this, I snuck by this way. And this is faster than fighting those ghosts. That's why I wound up just accepting it. Doing some fights is inevitable, but... But I do remember Ayla's Charm is actually helpful in getting some really, really quality armor. I don't know if it's the best as far as getting weapons. If I remember, some of bosses will drop some like really good stuff. Alright, time to go into Aristome. If you guys remember, there was also one here. There. Hey, it's those people again. Daddy's still on a trip. Wonder what kind of fruit this is gonna bear. But I haven't given up. This child and the seed are still growing. Hey, fellas, look, the seed sprouted. Yeah. It's cool to see all of these people. Like, since you've come, we've gained the courage to live. So, I spoke a little bit about struggle and enduring suffering. That might have been something that was in the deleted, or in the footage that I wound up not saving. But these people have been through, like, a lot. They were pretty much without hope whenever we saw them last time. But this little seed has sprouted, and now they're just like, hey, yeah, we can keep going. Like, we can keep living. And I think that's an important life lesson to have. Is that no matter what happens, there's still hope. And that's one of the big parts of Christianity, is trusting in God whenever things seem to be at their worst. I'm dodging these because there's no way that they'll have anywhere near the experience that we need to in order to just go. But there. The door that we need is actually over here. Whoop. Whoop. There we go. And 4 items. And a tab. A lumen robe, an elixir, a hit ring, and a gold earring. So gold earring is... Oh, we have the silver earring, but the gold earring is basically that again. So, got power scarf. Actually, the power scarf. Give... So the silver earring is increasing HP by 25%, Max HP up by 50%. So, Robo can have like 800 health. Strike plus 10. Magic defense plus 10. He has pathetic magic defense. Okay, yeah, I'm totally going to do that. And Ayla is going to have the power ring. That will significantly boost her damage. Are we good? She needs something better than that. Yeah, she needs something... Like, the red vest would be better than the ruby vest. Lumen Robe just increases magic defense. Actually, I'm gonna do that. It ups her normal defense, which is the important part. Her physical defense, if you will. Alright. There we go. There we go. There we go. There we go. Alright. Now time to go to the Keeper's Dome. That is where we will find... Do. Okay, good. I was like, oh no, I'm gonna have to fight something. Here we go. Here we go. Let me through. Okay. Nope. Alright. There. I sort of wish that if you go through there, I really wish that you could just, like, even if you lost the race, that you could still get to the other side. Okay. That is not open, but that's open. Good. Yeah, that's what I was afraid of. Oh well. Egged her. Just a couple simple punches. 400 damage just on a regular punch. So... if this ever hits off as a successful thing, then, like, I might do new gameplay. I was just thinking about it because Ayla's other weapons are unlocked by her level, and there's no way I'm going to get to, like, level 72, I think it is, when, by the end of this, but, if... I might use it as a background material and stuff, just to get to the point where I can do the really cool leveling stuff. But anyway, the professor's programming was, in a sense, his own eulogy. Soon, I, too, will be able to sleep forever. But first, there's one thing I must do. Program error. My memory banks have failed. First, there's one thing I must do. Program error. Oh, okay. Hey, Robo, you think you can mess with some of these computers? The pendant shimmers. So the professor is dead. Well, that's unfortunate. He died before we could go back. Oh, huh? Interesting. To those who open the door, I am Belthasar, the Guru of Reason. I once lived in the Kingdom of Zeal, so the old man was Belthasar. A great disaster in Zeal somehow threw me into this era. To my surprise, Lavos exists here, and I suspect in other periods as well. Aeons ago, Lavos descended from the heavens. Burrowing deep into the world's core, he began to consume our planet's energy and grow stronger. Lavos disappeared briefly when he was summoned away by a mighty wizard who lived in Guardia in the year 600. In 1999, Lavos claimed this area and reigns from high atop Death Peak. Lavos continues to replicate. Like a giant parasite, he is consuming our world. Forced to live here, I continued to conduct research on Lavos, but I am growing old, and it's impossible to keep sane in such trying times, so before I lose it completely, I shall safeguard my data and my ultimate creation. How I long to return home, but I have grown frail. So you who have opened the door, I leave things in your hand. Only by mastering time itself do you stand a chance against Lavos. The odds will begin against you, but you are true heroes. The world is in your hands. Open now the last door, and take what you find there. My last invention, my wings of time. Ho 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 ho! The pendant shimmers. Oh. The Wings of Time. I believe I have heard of this device. What this thing? Such a dynamic conversation. But these are people I don't usually use in the party, so I wanted to use them for a while. Oh. Scared you, didn't I? It's me, Belthasar. I copied my memory into this thing. What do you think? Anyway, there's something I need to explain. Namely, how to transcend time. Press the square button for the time gauge. Then use the L1 and R1 buttons to select an era. Oh yeah, before you go, why don't you... name my time machine. I like the name they give. Epoch. Hop aboard. Instructions for the time machine are as followed. The square button displays the time gauge. The L1 and R1 are directional buttons to select a destination in time. Press the X button to board and get off the device, and to warp through time. End Professor's message. So, we can go to the end of time. We can go to the day of Lavos. Present, Middle Ages, Dark Ages, Prehistoria. So Dark Ages is 12,000. Let's actually go to the end of time at the moment, because we're going to talk to the gentleman there. I guess it's one of those, once you create the concept for time travel, then anything's entirely possible. Epoch alive? Even in my time, we did not have such devices. Epoch's capable of this? Alright, so let's disembark. And that's what this little bridge is for. Hey. Alright. Interesting. So he actually finished the Wings of Time. In fact, he gave his life for it. Why not put that device to good use? Take it to the ancient land of magic. Come see me anytime. Think of me as your guide. Alright. Trying to think of what I want my party to be, because we've actually gotten through everything that I need to, and I'm actually going to stop the episode here. I will figure out my party, and then we will move to the land of magic, and we'll figure things out from there. But anyway, so actually, I'm going to do a quick thing of where Epoch shows up in each of the times. So, Epoch appears. We're just going to do a quick thing for this. So the thing about this, about Epoch, is that it appears, but it cannot move. So it appears right next to Ioka Village there. It appears close to the Magic Cave in 600 AD. It appears right here, sort of across the way from Melchior's hut. Alright, it appears in that era, which we're not going to deal with. It should appear next to the Keeper's Dome, if I remember correctly. Here. Or actually, yeah, it just appears back here. Within the dome. So yeah, I will figure out what my party is going to be for this next area. It will not be this group, but it will be a different group. So, I may have... no, I really... It will most likely be either Marl and Luca or Frog and Luca. The primary reason being that there's a fight that requires fire and water sort of magic. So, anyway, I will end this here. Thank you all for watching. This was probably a slower video for most people, because of the fact that we not really do anything all too major other than running around and opening chests, but we will get back into the story proper, and we'll go from there. Thank you for watching, and I hope you have a blessed day. Take care.